team in the AFC, but Burrow flipped it. Says the Chiefs are still the team to beat. Take a listen.
We've been in these spots. We have the experience. We know what team we're playing. Team that's been to this game the last 5 seasons, and they've all been in that stadium. So, to me, they're still the team to beat, and we're coming for them. But we know it's going to be tough. We know it's going to be hard fought, and we know the kind of players that they have on that side.
There you go. Arrowhead Invitational. Can the Bengals claim to be the best team in the AFC if they win?
Yeah, of course.
I thought so too. I'm surprised we were doing the question.
If you win the conference in back-to-back years, you get to claim you're the best team in the conference. But man, oh man, the AFC has to be praying the Bengals win this game. Because if the Chiefs win the conference this year, under these circumstances, what hope does anybody have? So in a year where, no, hold on, the Chiefs played more, they had more rookies play snaps than any team in the AFC other than the Texans, who were tanking. They traded away their best player. They have in the conference top 6 cap space next year. They have extra draft picks. And Patrick Mahomes, while he will attempt to do what Greg Jennings once did and put his team on his back,
Come on, talk about it.
Yeah, and we can, you know what? Because this is what Mahomes is going to try to do this weekend. He's going to be trying to do this and put the team on his back, though, Greg.
Hey.
On one leg, running down the field. Exactly. But if under those circumstances, with Mahomes hobbled and the team in a reboot, they still win the conference. Oh, boy. Because we know the Bills are already making excuses to why they have to pare things down. And the Bengals are about to have to pay that handsome young man Joe Burrow and his buddy Jamar Chase and then make a decision on T. Higgins. The Chargers took their shot and missed. The Raiders took their shot and missed. The Ravens don't even know if Lamar's coming back. If the Chiefs win this year, I don't know what anyone's going to do. So, yeah, the Bengals can claim the throne, but if they don't, oh, the reign will be long and glorious, my friend.
See, look, obviously they could claim the throne. 4-0 against Kansas City. And you can even throw out, which I think most of us have, right? The Chiefs have clearly been the kings of the AFC since Tom Brady left. You can even throw out last year's losing to Cincinnati because it was a one-time thing. But if you beat them twice, you're clearly the kings. Here's where I disagree with you, Nick, though. If I'm Cincinnati, I can also say, I get their cap situation will be tough, but our quarterback's still on a rookie deal. Our offensive line is one of the worst in the league. We're going to get that even better. Like, if they win, they can say we won with, 2 or 3 of our offensive linemen out, our starters.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same thing with Cincinnati. If they win this year, I think the AFC should be just as scared of them as they are about the Chiefs. Now, Mahomes, the window's always open.
We're back.
But
no, you don't.
We're back to where we were in the A block, Craig.
You don't actually. You don't actually.
They think I'm definitely picking the Chiefs.
Yeah, because
we'll see.
Oh, here we go.
You feel more confident about teasing tomorrow's segment than you do in
I'm just pointing out the facts. I'm saying, look, Nick is saying be scared of the Chiefs if they win. Well, Buffalo's got just as much room to grow.
No, they don't. Buffalo's going backwards.
They can't the Chiefs already have a top offensive line in the league. Buffalo doesn't. Right. That's room to grow.
No, they have room to get better, but they don't have a way to do it. Because it's a capped sport, and because they don't draft well, and their GM's out here giving press conferences saying, who put this team together? I don't know, somebody who did that. So it just seems like the Chiefs. This was the year to get them, and we'll see if the Bengals can get them. But it'd be real scared if they don't.
I'm just going to say this really quick, because you got me excited about Patrick Mahomes putting the team on his back.
Though.
I mean, you almost got me jumping in on all your takes. But, yes, absolutely, the Bengals will be the team moving forward if they get this done. I believe they get it done, period.
You do?
You're making your pick now.
Yeah,
wow.
I made my pick the moment they beat the Bills.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
It was with a
Bills.
Why are you so shocked?
Greg's AFC winner. It passed the baton. It went straight from the Buffalo was winning it. And they passed it to Cincinnati.
Usually that side of the table's in lockstep.
That's true.
Well, not when it comes to the Chiefs. Look, I love Patrick Mahomes. I will say this really quick.
Yeah.
I do believe that they become the kings of the AFC but I still do believe that we would have to. Now, the Bengals fans will have an argument about who's the king at quarterback, who's the best quarterback, but I still do believe it will be Patrick Mahomes.
Everybody knows that.
Either, no matter who's the king, Mahomes. Trevor's still the prince.
The prince, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just you got to figure out, the hierarchy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mac
but the
Jones
prince
still the baby
stays.
goat.
Like in the
King,
kingdom.
Prince, baby goat.
Wilds printed out a 30-page article from the Boston Herald. A beautiful suit.
He's not on camera yet, Nick.
Well, now people will be excited.
A.J. Brown addressed this odd moment from the Eagles' big victory last weekend. Some people said, well, he was a little bit bothered by a nagging injury or the fact that he had 3 catches for 22 yards. Well, he addressed it. Take a listen.
No, I'm never the receiver to go on the sideline or to try to cause like problems on the sideline. I'm not that guy. I think that's what you can describe as a diva or whatever the case may be. But I'm not that person. I'm a guy who goes and talks to the quarterback or talk to the OC and do it that way. I'm not a guy to try to cause commotion on the sidelines. I'm not. That's not who I am. I'll never be that guy.
Greg in his beautiful suit. Do you think this is going to be a storyline this weekend?
It already is a storyline. We've been talking about it all week. When Greg Olsen and Kevin Burkhardt opens for the game, they're going to talk about it. We're going to be waiting to see are they going to feature A.J. Brown early. Look, I don't think he's going to make it an issue. I don't think it's a big deal for them, but for us this week, knowing what he experienced, not getting the ball and then being overthrown a couple times, it is frustrating. That is fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. The fact that he made a point to say, I'm not that guy, I think his reputation precedes him.
Right.
He is not that guy. He's never been that guy. He always is being seen or caught on camera smiling typically, and we don't really talk about those type of things, but I just think optically it was not a good look. Period. This week, it was not a good look, especially when you're winning. But it goes to show that receivers, you're going to get labeled regardless if you're winning or you're losing. Stephon Diggs, they lose. He's like, what's up, Josh Allen? We're talking about him. The same is going to happen with A.J. Brown. But it's just not a good look altogether.
Yeah, if he was sitting there smiling, though, he wouldn't have got labeled. So I hear you. But look, ultimately, I don't think this is a big deal. But even if he were a diva, and I agree with you, he's not. It's not like you can't win with divas. Antonio Brown, Super Bowl. OBJ, Super Bowl. You can go back to Keyshawn Johnson, Super Bowl. Even if he were a diva, that doesn't mean you can't win. Now, he's not, and I think this will be nothing. I do think it was because he had 3 catches, 22 yards.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but I think that happens, Greg. Whether a guy does that in the locker room or whether he's doing it, on the playing field or the bench, it doesn't look good, but I think ultimately they get past it, and I think he could come out and have a big game.
What if the 49ers want to push that storyline to
Wilds,
the forefront?
listen, America, Wilds has a few anecdotes from his previous lives that he really loves.
Yeah.
One of them is a great one.
Yeah.
And involves Kobe.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you
Tell the
it's
story.
a story that was written about in the.
But you talked to him about it.
Yeah, it was a story that was written about, and I was going to meet Kobe. We were doing a project with Kobe, and it was written about. So I'm going to ask him about this story. And I think where they were playing the Mavs, and somebody had signed a big contract, and somebody was due for the big contract. And Kobe and Phil Jackson came up with this plan to ice out the guy that hadn't gotten signed, and let the guy who just got paid get a bunch of buckets, and then watch the team kind of internally combust. And that was sort of their next level genius. So I asked him about that and proved that I had done my research. But I think that's just a fantastic plan.
Shouldn't the Niners, at least in the beginning of this game, if they can, err on the side of doubling AJ and letting Devontae get some targets?
The key to what you just said is if they can.
Yeah.
Because if you double him, then that means you got less guys in the box.
Sure.
They thrive off running the ball.
100%. So that
I don't think they can do
it is risky against this specific opponent who loves to run the ball and a quarterback can run the ball. And one would argue maybe the Niners defense shouldn't change anything because they've been going so well. But the reason that I think this is something and not nothing is because it was a dominating playoff win.